Hello friends, I'm going to talk today about the sinking profit margins of hospital industry and how should hospitals face that and end up making some margins. So if you look at the steps taken by the government in terms of reducing or capping prices of consumables like stents or joints or chemotherapy drugs and many other such things, which have reduced the profit margins of hospitals quite drastically, and margins which were probably in the range of about 10 to 15% or upwards of that have suddenly reduced to less than 6 or 5%. In such a scenario, how does one look to make profits? And this trend is not going to end, because Ayushman Bharat's advent is further going to bring pressure on hospitals to manage their profit margins better. Now, I think the one of the most important things is going to be that whatever we used to think like is drop in ocean, कहते थे बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है. So that is now going to come to the forefront. You will have to save money wherever you find an avenue to do so. So whether it would be housekeeping costs or it is electricity costs, hospital must become green, because there's almost about 4% of your total revenue goes into electricity in corporate structure of hospitals. Even hospitals have reduced and cut like airlines did, in terms of the diet which is given to the patients. So instead of making 2 sabjis, they are giving 1 vegetable, 1 dal, number of rotis. All that has also, though it sounds very frivolous, but at the end it adds up and adds to the margin. Apart from that, I think there will be pressure on hospitals to go collective bargain way, because unless you scale up your procurement process, and so it will be like Bombay as a city has 30,000 nursing homes. 30,000 nursing homes, if they start collectively bargaining, they will be able to cut their costs of consumables. So that is something which probably we will foresee in the future. The other important aspect is HR. So human resources will need to be very tightly controlled. There would be more contracted staff, which hospitals will start to employ. And I think one of the bigger hits will be on doctors, especially the doctors who have a star category where they were able to get away with pricing as they were seeking. But now I think that will also to start get capping, because at the end of the day you have to cut costs somewhere, and out of 100 rupees that a hospital earns, almost about 40% and sometimes even 45% gets into HR costs, where about 18 to 20% is the salary and wages of normal workers, and about 20 to 25% or even upwards is towards the doctors. So that component is going to take a hit, and maybe time has come that hospitals will start thinking that instead of a full-time salaried doctors, they would probably opt for a fee-for-service kind of a framework, where they would probably negotiate better deals with doctors, which would be incentivizing them that you work more, you get paid more. So something like that probably is going to happen. Of course, your processes need to improve. So I think in future hospitals will need a fair amount of investments in IT, where you are able to make the processes more lean, so that it also cuts your human resource, and automation and use of technologies which help you to deliver faster, cheaper and better healthcare is going to be the norm of future. Thank you.